morning, students. Today I am going to continue the chapter The Parliament of India. In previous video I explained you about the President of India, that the President is the head of the state. The President is elected by the members of both houses of Parliament and legislative assemblies of the states. The President holds office for a term of 5 years. The President appoints the Attorney General and judges of Supreme Court and the High Courts. The President is the Supreme Commander of the Defence Force in India. Address both the houses of Parliament. Every bill requires President's assent to become a law. The President also has the financial power, the judicial power and the emergency powers. Now today I will explain you about the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of India is the leader of the government and chief advisor to the President of India. He or she is the head of the Council of Ministers and the leader of the majority party in the Parliament. The Prime Minister leads the administrative branch of the government of India. He or she is the link between the President and the legislature. Now, the Prime Minister is the real head of the executive. He is appointed by the President. He is the link between the cabinet and the President. He is the keystone of the cabinet arc because all ministers work under his leadership. He is the principal spokesman of the government in Parliament. Now, the President is the head of the state, but the head of the government is the Prime Minister. Now, how the appointment of Prime Minister takes place? The Prime Minister is appointed by the President and the other ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of Prime Minister. The Prime Minister should be a person who is able to command the support of a majority in the Lok Sabha. Now, what are the position and powers of the Prime Minister? The Prime Minister occupies a unique position in a parliamentary democracy. Prime Minister and the President. Prime Minister is the link between the cabinet and the President. The decision of the cabinet are conveyed to the President through the Prime Minister. Now, how Prime Minister and the cabinet? The Prime Minister appoints minister and allocates work among with them on the advice of Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the keystone of the cabinet. His resignation means the resignation of the whole cabinet. The Prime Minister presides at the cabinet meeting. He coordinates the working of various ministers. All the ministers work under his leadership. Now, the Prime Minister inside the Parliament. The Prime Minister is the principal spokesman and defender of the government in Parliament. Now, what is the eligibility of the Prime Minister in India? The candidate should be a citizen of India. He or she must either be a member of the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. If the candidate is a member of the Lok Sabha, he or she should be at least 25 years old. The candidate must not hold any office of profit under the Indian government. The candidate must be a member of the political party or coalition which has garnered majority votes in the Lok Sabha. The candidate must not hold any office of profit under the Indian. Now you have to write question and answers in your fair copy. What is the difference between a Prime Minister and the President? What is the eligibility of the Prime Minister of the India?